Alright guys, this is John with the 100 Book Challenge here, just giving you an update as has been promised. I finally have the numbers repriced and so can go through. So you can see over the past 2 weeks I have listed around 1,300 books. So we're going to go over the numbers here. So the first one, 925 books in a week. Now, that's listing 925 books in a week, but you can see there were 3 goose eggs leading up to that. A few reasons for that. One is school. This was my last week of school, so I was hopefully finishing strong. And so finally getting to actually listing the books that I've gotten throughout these weeks. But it's taking a solid, definitely 2 weeks to kind of get through and list that many books. It's a lot of work. You can see my average list price has actually increased. Don't be fooled by this. The price is actually a little inflated. For the fees on each book, I pull the fee preview, but that's only for active listings on Amazon. So there's a fee preview report under the fulfillment tab in your Seller Central page that I pull and put into a spreadsheet and then compare that to other listing prices. So for all the listings that are not active, I use a set number, which is pretty high so that I'm not losing money. So that this is a little inflated. It's probably more like $16 and maybe even the $15.46 range is probably really where I'm at. So I just understand that that is a little inflated. Same thing for here. You can see my average cost has actually increased pretty significantly. That's because I'm able to buy more books now, but it is costing me a lot more. We'll go over more of that the next page. But still, sales rank right in there. It's increased a little bit, keeping a few more books that I think will sell more long term, but are high price. That's always a good thing. If you can move them, it's worth it. And you got to think, if you have to get rid of a book on Amazon, it doesn't cost you very much. So you got to weigh the risk and reward. So if you think you can move it within 4 to 6 months, then it's worth it to try. Average shipping cost. So there's a big discrepancy here. This is about half as much as the second week of 56 cents. So 27 cents, I had 2 pallets that I shipped into Amazon, which significantly cut my cost. That was the majority of my books, probably 93 or 94% of the books that I sent in were through a pallet load, LTL shipment. And here I just did a standard shipment to kind of see the discrepancy. Pallets are definitely worth it. I will say it is kind of a pain, especially if you don't have a loading dock. Just know if you ever want to do an LTL shipment, you go through Amazon, but then you have to contact the carrier the day of the shipment to request a lift gate. And one of the companies that I contacted that was going to pick up my pallet that day, they didn't have access to the lift gate. So I had to end up getting another company to come get that. A little bit of a hassle. Still, you're saving 50% on your books. That's just 50% more profit. If you have enough books, well worth it. It'll be fun to kind of see the numbers of this week as we go throughout, and I update you with my sell numbers as well, which is one is coming up soon. June 1st will be here right around the corner. So we'll go to the source dashboard. So first you can see that this is starting May 1st. So this is basically covering these 2 weeks, essentially. So you can see, again, average cost 95 cents. You just saw that. My overall cost of inventory. So it was about $1,300 worth of inventory that I listed, and that's 1,300 books, so right at $1. And I actually got 130 of these books just from friends. Friends are great, and most of them don't really care what they do with their books. I went and picked them up and was able to pull 130 books out of that load. So that's a nice little bump as well. You can see the total listing price of these books is just over $23,000. That's great. It's actually pretty phenomenal. So far, you can see here's my actual numbers. 1,358 listed. It says 288 sold, but that is not updated, and I should update that. Yep, looking at the formula, it's definitely not updated. 0 have sold. I just got these in and just got them repriced. So still $13.58 left in stock. But you can see my shipping cost here, still $500 extra of shipping cost. That's a pretty penny for sure. When anytime you're dealing with this many books, it's going to cost you on shipping. I had to pay Amazon this month because I just messing around with my my accounts and stuff. So I actually had to pay a little bit because of my shipping costs were so high. So just be aware, especially as you're getting started, you're probably going to have to pay a little bit when you get to shipping, especially if you live in the Denver area. But really, anywhere you live, if you're shipping that many books, you're just going to have to pay a little bit. So there's an update. It's kind of quick, but we'll update with the sales numbers here pretty soon once I can run them on June 1st. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.